Good evening, parents, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and most importantly, the guests of honor, the graduates of the class of 2020 of Mary E. Phillips. I am Dr. Valerie Nelson, Dean of Students, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the virtual commencement exercises for the class of 2020. This is truly a family affair, and it is an honor to celebrate the students who persevered during this unique time when distance has required us to be apart, but to continue to carry on in a time of such uncertainty. Each and every one of you did exactly that. You continued to work with your teachers remotely. You corresponded through emails. You attended Google meetings. You navigated various websites to continue to be engaged, minus a desk, minus a smartboard, minus the classroom, minus all those tools that you grew up with and were accustomed to. At times it was awkward. It was not what you were used to. It required you to be accountable for your learning in an unexpected way. You are the graduating class of 2020 and have a right to be proud of yourselves. You are like graduates of the past because you earned the necessary credits. You're also distinct because of how in your last semester of your high school career you earned them. You are unique. You are successful. You have overcome. You are the unforgettable class of 2020. As you share in this last event together, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on all that led you here. I hope that as today's graduating class, you will consider this success as the first step in achieving greater success in the future. I also hope that you will take some time to recognize those who have helped you reach this milestone in your academic career. And on your behalf, I'm pleased to be able to publicly thank your families, friends, and your teachers who contributed to your academic success. In a way, your success is their success. Let's celebrate this day.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Maya Angelou tells us that we can be changed by what happens to us, but we can also refuse to be reduced by it. Although the road to this day may have been arduous, unpredictable, and filled with its share of obstacles, our scholars are resilient and have overcome many challenges to get to where they are today. We always encourage our students to remain focused and stay committed to their goals. By creating a culture of excellence that reinforces 21st century skills and nurtures relationships in a caring and respectable environment, the staff at Phillips take pride in ensuring that our students reconnect with education. We cultivate individual talents, encourage personal growth, and provide leadership opportunities that to some may seem insurmountable. Our students are taking their futures into their own hands and developing plans for not only successful but fulfilling careers. Their road to success may be burdened with roadblocks and barriers, twists and turns, but in the words of Greg Kincaid, no matter how much falls on us, we keep plowing ahead. That's the only way to keep the roads clear. For years, our students have stayed the course and taken on new challenges. They experienced their share of setbacks, yet they were not defeated. They're being recognized today for remaining committed to their goals and refusing to give up. At this time, I would like to take a few moments to recognize the accomplishments of the Phillips High School graduating class of 2020. We have 5 students who completed their graduation requirements in January and have already begun pursuing different interests. Lamar Anderson, Amy Cervantes, Alberto Gonzalez, Nicholas Shepard, and Hunter Ray. I'd also like to recognize the students who have earned a grade point average of 3.0 and above. Jonathan Betancourt, Angelica Chavez Luckenbach, Oscar Marin Herrera, Matthew Pyatt, who's also the recipient of a scholarship from the U.S. Army Reserves, and Bradley Stewart. We are so very proud of what our students have been able to accomplish during their time at Phillips, but it is now time to begin a new journey. They will soon begin their military careers, enter the workforce full-time, and begin college life, but they will forever be a part of the Phillips family. C.S. Lewis tells us that there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Class of 2020, I say to you, let your past experiences guide you as you continue to pursue your dreams and make your mark in the world. I wholeheartedly believe in the words of Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. There is nothing more compelling than finding your path, staying the course, and fulfilling your ambitions. The journey belongs to you and you alone. Invest in yourself and along the way, stop to take pride in what you have already accomplished.
Welcome, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. I would like to take this moment to first send my sincerest congratulations to all my fellow classmates. We have worked so hard to get to this point, and the day that we've dreamed of is finally here. I first came to Mary Phillips at the start of my junior year. I knew my last 2 years of high school would be different when I was greeted by smiling teachers that stood outside their doors. I immediately felt welcomed, and I knew it would be the start to a good day. Over time, I noticed how helpful it was to have small class sizes and one-on-one learning with my teachers. It wasn't long before I felt I had become a member of the Phillips family. I know for many of us, the path hasn't always been clear. I personally struggled with my attendance a lot, and if you ever had a class with me, you know this all too well. But for most of us, myself included, we know that there are challenges that go beyond the classroom. I am grateful to have been accepted at Phillips where despite my mistakes, I could still be successful. We have all had our own struggles along the way, but today we celebrate the completion of a major accomplishment. Many of us couldn't wait for prom or awards day. We would have never expected a pandemic to take these things away from us, let alone resulting in a virtual graduation. It may have been a disappointing end to our senior year, but this one moment doesn't take away all the experiences we created together. More importantly, it doesn't stop us from taking control of our futures. I encourage you not to let this moment destroy your hope. Hope will keep our futures bright, and I, for one, have Phillips' family to thank for that. Lastly, I would like to thank all the teachers who have been there for us, and every family member and friend that cheered us on until the end. Congratulations, class of 2020. We are truly unstoppable.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure this is not how we, at the class of 2020, were expecting to have our graduation ceremony. My name is Matthew Tyler Pyatt, and I am the Senior Vice President as well as the Student Government Association President. I have been given this distinct honor thanks to Mary Phillips, and I am proud to represent my class of 2020. I have enlisted in the Armed Reserves and plan to use that experience to help pay for North Carolina State University, where I will major in computer science. Times may be tough for some of us in these next coming months, and spirits may be low for those who are looking forward to senior events that were supposed to take place. I know personally that coming from a poor financial household has brought in many difficulties and unforeseen events. What I encourage now is for families and students to plan for the future and keep looking ahead, because there will always be better days to come. I first arrived at Mary Phillips in 9th grade after attending the booster program. I fell in love with the smaller class sizes because the teachers were able to provide me with more personalized attention. Of course, as in all high schools, there are some teachers who go beyond the call of duty. I'd like to talk about some of the teachers who made me the person that I am today. The first teacher I would like to talk about is Mr. Spicer, or as everybody else calls him, Coach. When I was in my second year of high school, it was one of the coldest years I've ever experienced in North Carolina. Mr. Spicer noticed that every morning I would come to school in my regular uniform with no coat, no jacket, and no protection from the cold. So one morning he asked me, "Matthew, what shirt size do you wear?" I answered him, and the next day he had used his own money to buy me a coat. This taught me that even though you might not know someone super well, if you see someone in need and you can provide them with the help that they need, then there should be nothing to stop you. The next teacher who made me the person that I am today is Mr. Diaz. I've had Mr. Diaz every year of high school, and I can wholeheartedly say that he is one of the realest people that I have ever met. There's one thing that I remember him saying more than anything else in his class. There is no reason for excuses. As long as you put 100% of your effort into it, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. Now, granted, he would mostly say this because he gave a lot of work, but never so much work that we couldn't have a class conversation for the first 5 minutes of class. I've learned more about Mr. Diaz in these first 5 minutes of class for the past 4 years, and I can confidently say that he's the teacher that I know the most about in this school and has probably had the most interesting life out of anyone I know. And lastly, I've had this teacher every semester, every time, sometimes for multiple periods of the day, Mrs. Staples. I think Miss Staples has the kindest heart out of anyone I've ever met. She will support you no matter how tough a time you're going through or how far behind you think you've fallen. This woman has never given me a free day in my class, and any time we asked her, she would say 2 things. Of course you can have a free day. Every day is free. I never charge you. Or, Matthew, I feel like if I do not teach you every day, then I'm stealing from you. You guys deserve 100% every day. Now, this may sound like she was being hard on us, but she always made sure that every student understand the concept that we were working on, and that we were always in groups, which allowed us to grow and understand the topic at hand. Ms. Staples provided clothing to students, reached out when students were absent, and stayed after school to help students who were struggling. Her kindness and generosity has led her to be one of the biggest role models in my life. Now, believe me when I say I could make a rant describing all the great things that each of these teachers do for their students and for this school, but that would take too long. In conclusion, I'd like to say to all my fellow graduates that this is it. We've made it, and we are now adults. There's no more waking up at 5 in the morning to catch the school bus, and there's no more staying up late at night to finish a project the day before it's due when we haven't even started it yet. From now on, we need to decide what we're going to do with the rest of our lives, and I'm proud to say that after 18 long years, we have achieved our first step. I would like to leave you with a quote that resonates with me greatly. We all have fear of the unknown. What we do with that fear makes all the difference. Lillian Russell. It was a pleasure attending Mary Phillips with all my fellow graduates, and I extend a special thank you to the entire staff that could not be here today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to start off by apologizing to my family because they didn't have any idea about the things I'm going to mention today. My name is Bridget Kuma. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a 2020 graduate. Yes, I can't believe I made it here either. Before attending Mary E. Phillips High School, I was going to Southeast Raleigh High my freshman until my junior year. I know you're probably wondering, how in the world did I end up at Phillips High School? Well, this is my story. As a high school student, I'm sure we've all faced a time where we've had to choose between the wrong or the right thing to do. And even if you knew what the right thing to do was, you still chose what you knew was wrong. As Alec Ice said, everything you've worked for can go to waste with the wrong decision. My wrong decision was skipping, which with time became a bad habit. So that's what led me to Phillips. And when all is said and done, I don't regret anything because Phillips was the best decision I've ever made. While a student at Mary Phillips High School, I got to experience the most caring teachers and staff that I've ever encountered in my 12 years of school. I have got to experience a family outside of my family, and just when I thought my wrong decision was going to hinder me from graduating, Mary Phillips helped me change that. I would like to give thanks to Mr. Gupton, Dr. Nelson, Ms. Little, Ms. Godwin, and Mr. Binkowski. But there's also one woman that didn't give up on me, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be at Mary Phillips. So a special shout out to Ms. Thompson Moran from Southeast High School. Ms. Moran was my ISS teacher, and despite the many times that my bad habit landed me in her classroom, lecture after everybody gave up on me, Ms. Moran was someone that saw my potential. She encouraged me to attend Mary Phillips because she knew that this school would be the best environment for me to succeed in. So again, a special thanks to her. Mary Phillips helped me realize that I can achieve more accomplishments beyond a high school diploma in my future. So I'm excited to announce that in July, I'll be leaving for the Army. From there, I wish to continue school in my pursuit of receiving my Bachelor's of Science degree in dental hygiene. And to my graduating class, like Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Graduating isn't the end of a tough journey. It is the beginning of a beautiful one. Congratulations, we did it.
Congratulations to all the seniors being recognized today, and congratulations to all the families and staff who helped them reach this milestone. We are very proud of this class of graduates for their hard work, their academic success, and their contributions to Mary E. Phillips High School. We are also proud of our other seniors across the district who are graduating from other Wake County high schools in the coming days. Their success is our success. I am very thankful to all the faculty, families, and stakeholders who worked so hard to get our graduates to this point. We would especially like to thank those on our PTSA, our Business Alliance, and our other community partnerships for their tireless efforts to support our school. The list of their contributions is long, and we are forever grateful for their hard work. In addition, we are so thankful for our superintendent, our school board, and all staff with the Wake County Public School System who support our unique program and help get students to us so that they may achieve their goals. We are fortunate to be in a system that supports such a unique program for our students. We are confident that the students being recognized today will move forward to be responsible, productive citizens who can effectively manage future challenges and positively represent our school. They have managed the current crisis of a global pandemic with perseverance and resilience, and I have no doubt that they will continue to build on those strengths as we all move forward to brighter days.
Yingay Bridge Akuma. Lamar Mashore Anderson. Angelica Naomi Barrios Escalante. Jonathan Valencia Battencourt. Jason Enijah Bazell. Amy Isabel Cervantes Arellano. Evan Garfield Charles. Angelica Mercedes Chavez Luckenbach. Deasia Latrell Clark. Lorena Jacqueline Flynn. Deja Janae Frazier. Alberto Francisco Gonzalez. Madeline Irene Graves. Lakeisha Shania Green. Olivia Marie Johnson. Christopher Ethan Jones. Taki Namire Judd. Oscar Marin Herrera. Camden Nathaniel McDonald. Frank Najira. Karima Umar Nasser. Jacqueline Nunez. Nikeria Denasia Peacock. Matthew Tyler Payette Perez.
Mika Ajani Ransom. Stephen Eugene Reese. Jacqueline Christine Roberts. Nicholas Daniel Shepard. Bradley Scott Stewart. Akisali Valentin Evaristo. Janisha Juanita Wainwright. Talis Amon Washington. Hunter Lee Ray.
Hello, I am Kathy Moore, Superintendent of the Wake County Public School System. It is with great honor and yet dismay that I bring you greetings as a part of this virtual celebration. More than anything, I know that you want to see each other, to congratulate and celebrate together. Graduations are a time to cry and hug while we celebrate. I personally enjoy seeing those smiles of deep personal satisfaction. But of course, this is not possible. And while the superintendent does not usually speak at graduations, I do want to offer my sincerest congratulations and a few brief thoughts about the months and years ahead. I want you to know that despite the effects of COVID-19, this coronavirus will not define the class of 2020. The class of 2020 had already defined itself in the classroom, on playing fields, and in countless expressions of art. It defined itself by its caring and compassionate support of others in the community. I am sure that many of you can see the irony of this moment in time. As graduating seniors, you realize COVID-19 is not only a common adversity that brings us together, it also highlights the differences among us. This has allowed you to learn a lesson unlike any other graduating class, a lesson about the value and power of empathy, compassion, and grace. You have no doubt been the recipient and the benefactor of these acts of kindness. I ask that you remember these lessons. They will serve you a lifetime. They will make you a better person. They will help distinguish you, the class of 2020, in ways that can truly change our world. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Fellow classmates, please join me in the turning of our tassels. Congratulations.
Superintendent Moore, Board of Education members, and Wake County Public School System employees, by the authority vested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Wake County Board of Education, I pronounce all students who will graduate today as graduates of Mary E. Phillips High School, Class of 2020.